What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment, here to bring to you my predictions video for this week's game versus UNLV. So right off the bat, it's funny. I'm actually located in Las Vegas, but I haven't really seen or heard anything really in regards to the game. Locally anyways, I don't really watch the news, so I haven't seen anything really online, and I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about it in their previews so far. But I'm just going to give you my rundown of what I think is going to happen in this game. To be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be any different than the ECU game. If anything, it could be even easier as far as on offense goes. UNLV did play and dominate in their first week's game, but they're playing an FCS team. So take that for whatever it's worth. So I think that offensively, Michigan is going to be able to pretty much do whatever they want. Moving up and down the field, it'd be good for them to be able to try out different things, get a certain amount of work in for the starters, then pull them and then have other players come in order to, get in-game experience, get snaps. There's nothing better than actually getting in-game experience. So that'll be real important. Defensively, I think that they'll be able to pretty much do what they did last week versus ECU, and pretty much shut down anything that UNLV has going. From what I saw in the stats anyways, UNLV couldn't really even pass the ball on an FCS team, and they had to rely on their running game. But from what I saw anyways, there wasn't much resistance from the FCS team. Bryant looked like a high school team, to be honest with you. So they're not going to be able to do what they did against that FCS team this week against Michigan. So I see a huge struggle on offense and on defense for UNLV. So this is going to be a long game for them. So that being said, it's going to be one of those games. I think it's going to be probably, 48-0, 48-3, something like that. The key is going to be whether or not Michigan does what they did last week versus ECU and pretty much, full out dominate the first half and then totally and completely take the air out the ball, take the foot off the pedal, and just cruise to victory. If that happens, then they may not score anything like maybe 30, 35 points, 42 maybe at the most. But it just all depends on, what they plan on doing as far as the second half goes. First half, I feel they're going to dominate on all ends of the football field. But there's still work to be done, things that they got to work on. So hopefully they'll get all that taken care of in this game. One thing that I did discuss, but I want to just reiterate, which is very important, even though it is against UNLV, is getting a lot of quarterback play and getting JJ to really do his thing. From what I saw, they pretty much were right down the middle as far as plays for passing and running, which is really good. That was the promise, that they were going to be as even as possible. And so far, they've held true to form. We'll see how that's going to go over the course of the season. But this is real important. Going forward, landing high-end, top-end quarterback recruits and wide receivers, they got to do this. They got to make a conscious effort to be more involved in the passing game. They got to, in order for them to really stay consistent in winning the Big Ten, beating Ohio State, getting to the playoff, and eventually winning a championship, they have to be able to reel in top end talent into skilled positions. Obviously, the running game, the way it is, they're going to have an opportunity to always and should be able to pull in top end running backs. But in order to really, really get a hold of things, they got to get top end wide receivers and 5-star quarterbacks. I mean, it's just a given. They have to be able to do it. You can't rely on projects or mid-tier talent and hope to win. They need difference makers. It's good to have someone who is a game manager and takes care of the football. You know, like what Cade was able to do, you know, when he did his thing, and you know, we beat Ohio State, but when we got to Georgia, we got absolutely curb stomped, and that's because as well as Cade played throughout the season, he wasn't that game-breaking quarterback. He wasn't making plays. He was doing enough to allow us to win, making a few throws here and there, but it wasn't like we were relying on him to make a difference and win us a game. So we need those type of players, and the only way to do that is to have them feel comfortable that they're going to be able to come into Michigan and be able to showcase their talent. If they just feel they're going to come in and hand the ball off 40 times and throw like 15 times a game, they're not going to want to come. They're not going to want to come to Michigan. That's pretty obvious, and that's why you don't see us getting high-end, top-end wide receivers. That's why probably Dante Moore decided he wasn't going to come here. I don't know for certain. I mean, only Dante Moore would know. I mean, Matt Weiss didn't help in his recruiting, which is another thing I'm really happy about the whole thing with Kirk Campbell becoming the quarterback coach. You can already see the difference that he's making, not only with JJ. I mean, and that's another thing. So JJ's, I know it's just one game. I was really going to wait until the second game. I'll still say it anyways. His improvement from last year to watching how he played the first game of the season, you can see a step up in his ability. His footwork's much better. His decision making is much better. His game playing is much better. His accuracy is much better. And I know that's from him being able to get reps during the spring as opposed to being off. But you can see the influence from Kirk Campbell as being the quarterback coach. And I think that's going to resonate huge with recruits. Like, you already can see how much Bryce Underwood loves Kirk Campbell. Now, does that mean that we're going to land him because of that? Maybe, maybe not. You know, all these other things factor in, including NIL. So, you know, it's not a guarantee that he's going to come. But I think that is a huge factor in his decision, because his relationship and his confidence and love for Kirk Campbell. You can just see it when you see him in interviews and they ask him about Kirk Campbell. It's like his eyes just light up. And I think it's going to pay huge dividends going down the road as far as us being able to land quarterbacks at a high end, just because of, you know, his reputation and his relationships that he's building with these people. So you just got to keep that up. Keep up this whole 50-50 passing as far as it goes, as far as the play calling goes. If JJ's putting up, 300 yards plus and 3-4 touchdowns a game, obviously it's really good as far as we're going, as far as winning. But also it's good for showing quarterbacks out there that if you come to Michigan, you're going to be able to do your thing. You're not going to be held back. You're not going to be just a game manager. You're going to be an actual playmaker. So we're going to see how the game goes for UNLV. I see Michigan winning big. Like I said, I think probably about 45-3 is going to be the score. And we'll just see how things go. So anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about the game. Do you think that we're going to win big? Do you think we're going to take the foot off the pedal like we did last week versus ECU? Just let me know how you feel. Share the video with as many people as possible. Get the word out about Michigan football. Definitely leave a like on the video. It definitely helps my video get seen by other people all across the internet. And if you enjoy my content, definitely subscribe to the channel. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, and as always, go blue.